The release of new episodes of the Looney Tunes on HBO Max has caused some news recently, with the cartoon taking away guns from Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam. No exact reason was given as to why they did this, but this isn't the first time Looney Tunes has dealt with censorship though. 11 cartoons from the 1930s and 1940s, otherwise known as the Censored 11, were banned because of the use of ethnic stereotypes and were deemed too offensive for our contemporary audiences. As time has gone on, more cartoons from the Looney Tunes past, not on that list, have given cause for discussion. So I've come up with a list of the 6 Looney Tunes cartoons that would not work today. But before we get to that, make sure to hit that like button because liking these videos lets me know that you love them. Let's get to the list. At number 6, we have Ballot Box Bunny. A handful of Looney Tunes cartoons have had suicide gags. Suicide is a serious subject and by no means should be treated lightly, but in the world of cartoons, it was used to add to the slapstick comedy. In this cartoon, Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam play Russian roulette after losing a mayor race. Sam gets the first go, but the gun gets jammed. But when Bugs gets his turn, a gunshot sound is heard, but it turns out that he missed and Sam is hit instead. Today the cartoons have been edited to not include the scenes with the suicide gags. The cartoons that have suicide gags show the action happening off screen. At number 5 we have Bugs Bunny Nips to Nips. This cartoon was made during World War II and reflects the United States' attitudes towards one of the main enemies at the time, the Empire of Japan. In this cartoon, Bugs Bunny lands on an island in the Pacific and is pitted against a group of highly racially stereotyped Japanese soldiers. The word nip is an ethnic slur against people of Japanese descent and origin. The word nip is an abbreviation from Nippon, the Japanese name for Japan. At number 4, we have Confederate Honey. Given the current news with HBO Max temporarily pulling Gone with the Wind from its service to get a better handle on how it presents the movie to its users, Confederate Honey, a Gone with the Wind satire set during the American Civil War, as Elmer Fudd as Rep Butler, who pauses his announcement to Crimson O'Hare Oil to serve for his cause while Crimson waits for his return. While this cartoon continues to air occasionally, the current release has been edited to remove stereotypical depictions of African Americans. At number 3 we have Inky and the Mina Bird. Inky is an African child who runs into a denture-wearing lion while hunting with a spear. The lion then chases the young native all over the place. The Mina Bird joins forces with Inky against the mighty lion, but proceeds to mess everything up for all. Because this cartoon portrays stereotypes of Native American and African American cultures, it is no longer aired on US television, along with 4 other Inky shorts. At number 2, we have A Feather in His Hair. In 1948's A Feather in His Hair, Bugs Bunny's hunter opponent and bad guy is a Native American. He has a target paint on his belly and speaks in racially offensive broken English using words like hunt 'em. Bugs calls his opponent names like Hiawatha and Geronimo, and as usual outsmarts the bad guy with his usual gags. The Native American character is portrayed as slow-witted, even falling for Bugs turning a trick to scalp the rabbit around on himself. This cartoon was seen by many as offensive to Native Americans and was banned from rebroadcast in 2001. This is one of 7 Looney Tunes Merry Melody cartoons that stereotype and are potentially offensive towards Native Americans. And at number 1 we have Southern Fried Rabbit. Bugs Bunny is stopped from entering the green pastures of the South by Yosemite Sam, who refuses to believe the Civil War is over. In order to sneak past Sam, Bugs plays by the South's rules and pretends to be a slave, complete with brown face. He even hands Sam a whip at one point and crawls around on the ground pleading, "Don't beat me, master, don't beat me." In perfect Looney Tunes absurdity, Bugs Bunny then turns into Abraham Lincoln and berates Sam for whipping slaves. This cartoon was censored when rebroadcast on television and the entire slave part was edited out. A shot of a Confederate flag was removed as well. What's interesting about this list is 4 of the 6 cartoons include Bugs Bunny. I wonder what that says about his character. Other cartoons and cartoon characters could come up for discussion given today's culture climate. Some include Pepe Le Pew, who by today's standards would be a womanizer and part of the Me Too movement, and even Speedy Gonzalez, who some believe is not a good representation of Latino culture. Let me know in the comments below what you think about my list. What do you think about Looney Tunes having a very, racist, non-PC past? What do you think about them taking guns away from Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd? Oh, and shout out to my mom for giving me an early Father's Day present. She said I had too much bare space because I haven't had a chance to get all my, toys and other knickknacks hung up on my wall. So, other than my bookcase, who's, on this side of me, I haven't really had a chance to continue decorating my office. So, she said that she wanted to give me something as an early Father's Day present. So, given that I do, a majority of it has been movie news and, pop culture, she gave me this nice little, hodgepodge of stuff in a can for Father's Day, my interests, and because I'm a Christian. So just want to give a shout out. Thanks, Mom. I love it. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more videos, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.